driving, don't tell. Guys, thank you so much for a fantastic year. I only started this channel a couple of months ago, but it has been a way to keep me accountable to get to that 100 grand a year, 100 grand net worth goal. 100 grand a year comes later, but it's been a fantastic way to, to keep me accountable. If you are a regular viewer of the channel, I don't think there are any of you yet, but if you are a regular viewer of the channel, if you've tuned in now for 3 or 4 of my videos, thank you, and I mean this, God, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing really, really well. I hope you've had fantastic years. And thank you so much for sticking with me just on the first 3 months of this. This is a couple of years long project. I intend to make these, videos just continuing through this. Obviously I can't give you an update on my net worth every month. That's what I am doing every month. I can't give you one of those every couple of days or even once a week because there's really not that much change. But I can give you ramblings, I can give you uplifting things, I can give you, I don't want to black pill, but, reality checks. I will not black pill though. This is an anti-black pill channel. The pill is red, but it is white. Classic pill, nice. Sort of thing you get from Dr. Mario. So, I want to thank you all very much. So, I'm literally just gonna take 15 minutes here to go through a couple of things and just a couple of reasons why I am very hopeful. I've just dropped a friend of mine off, and we had some fantastic discussions. One of the things that we discussed was the fact that people right now are so far right. Now this is a quick thing to touch on, but basically 10 years ago I was on 4chan a lot. You get in with a certain crowd there, you watch certain documentaries and you think oh my God, I've learnt the truth about what happened almost 100 years ago now. I've learnt the truth. You don't need to do that anymore to be far right. This is a great thing. Now, I think that there's, for one thing, a lot of people critical of a certain country in the Middle East. I also think that there's a lot of people that now have the politics of send them back. That was incredible. So basically about 10 years ago, I kind of, you kind of decide what your politics are going to be when you're sort of almost 18. And I then said right, immigration is too high, we need to cut it off now. But I don't even think then I was and also people that are already here need to get sent back. I was right, they got in here legally, I don't think we should send them back. Now it's a normal opinion to be no, we're full, we need to get them out, and we need to get about 10 million plus out as well. That's normal. Crazy to me that is now just a standard opinion. Very uplifting, but it's just I'm a normie now. I was on the fringes just 10 years ago, but maybe that's just an indicator as to how radicalized and polarized and bad things have become. So yeah, it's strange to become a political normie when 10 years ago you had to develop fringe right opinions by watching The Greatest Story Never Told. Name drop for any of you. So yeah, pretty interesting that. And now it's all over TikTok, it's all over Instagram. You got Europa edits, you've got the man himself edits. You got Nick Fuentes as a huge streamer, and he is a nationalist that invokes the name of a certain Austrian. Just crazy stuff. So that's very interesting, and it's one of the reasons that I am quite hopeful, white pilled for the future. Next as well, I'm also just simply going to say that for myself personally, I am very humbled by the way that I've seen work works. What a weird sentence to say, right? I get it. Earlier on this year, I got married, and we had our honeymoon, and I came back and I said, I'm going to be working as hard as I can now for the family, for our futures. I'm going to be making the bread. And something I've realized, guys, is, and I think I've used this analogy before, the more you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. it's very difficult to realize that this is how you do it, but not taking your foot off the accelerator, but basically what you ought to know is that for your interviews, that for your job, especially if you're in a sales job, desperation turns people off like nothing else. In fact, when someone asks for a discount, when someone asks you, the salesman, for a discount, and you say no, that is a brilliant way to sell the car. It builds value. They will then sort of think to themselves, this is probably worth it to have, because they're not budging on this. So guys, keep that in mind. If you're in a job and actually, you know what, if you're looking for a job and you just can't get it, go into those interviews with confidence. And I mean that. Go in those places with confidence. And do not come across as desperate, and you will get it, right? Maybe you won't get the first one, but you will get yourself a job, which is what you're looking for. Please, guys, do not look, sound, come across as desperate. Desperation is the biggest killer of dates, of interviews, of you, because it causes stress, your aspirations. God will take care of you, and I mean it. And maybe this is why Christians are so successful, and religion has quite a high correlate with millionaire status. But I think that those people have it figured out, because they say, God has a plan, He'll take care of it for me. They don't get wound up. They accept opportunities when they're given to them, because they say, God has sent that to me. Think about that. God has sent you something, and you might work yourself up, wind yourself up, overthinking about it, and going, oh, do I go for that? Do I go for that? These are opportunities that are there for you to take. You just simply can't be desperate. Know that you are being taken care of, and guys, know that you can take care of yourself. If you are already in a job, if it's not sales, do not be desperate. Don't be working extra just to, I really want to, just make myself look as good as possible. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Act as if you don't need the job. Don't be a dick, but don't overspend yourself on your job. Please. You have your health. Your job's seeing you be so desperate and so, that will switch them off. It's quite a good way to burn yourself out, and that will not pay you back. Now, again, caveat, that does not mean that you should not be making yourself as useful as possible for these guys as you can. If you're employed by somebody, make yourself useful, make yourself available, but don't overwork yourself. Don't be desperate. You're there to do a job, do it with a smile on your face, do everything that you possibly can, enjoy it, go in there, not being desperate to please, and brown nose is the term here in the UK. Don't go in there to brown nose, go in there to do your job, but by God, do it as best you can. Be the most valuable, best at your job that you can. Don't be desperate, be fucking good at what you do. Now, if you're in a sales job, like I am, if you sell clothes, if you're in a Cartier shop, you're in a Amiga shop, I ought to kind of just say, guys, the best advice I could give you is every so often, you're across the table from someone, you're negotiating, and you've just sat down, you've had a test drive, you've had a little fitting, and they start saying, well, what can you do for us? Just say, that is the price. I promise you it fucking works. I promise you it does. Now, if you are having to negotiate, you should be good at it, right? But it's your backup weapon, it's your sidearm. Your assault rifle is, we don't negotiate, that's the price. That builds so much value, and I swear to God, guys, it will really, really help you. If you are doing a sales job, by the way, I wish you all the best. We're out there for one another. Good luck to you. Kill it. You've been killing it this year. You've been improving. You always do the best with the tools that you have. Now, a sales job is tough because sometimes the inclination is that you do negotiate. Actually, pre-position the sale by not negotiating. Pre-position the sale and then buying by saying, so for me, I sell cars. So when you guys come to handover, what we'll be doing is this. Will this be your first, let's say you sell Volkswagen. Will this be your first Volkswagen? Like, when you're first introducing yourself to these people, like, that is gold. And like, just don't be nervous when you ask those questions. Don't be desperate. Don't make yourself sound as if you're desperate, or like, if you sound a bit nervous asking the question, fine. Initially, that's going to happen. You're going to burn through a couple of leads who might have bought otherwise if you'd been slightly more skilled, but you're not going to get those skills unless you burn those leads by training yourself to be better, and you will do better and better. Now, to maybe give some advice to people that I'm not in the position of, or I haven't had direct experience of. If you're a manager, again, you manager guys out there, anybody that's killing it, continue to kill it. Continue to not look desperate in front of your team. Don't make your team think that you're desperate for sales, you're desperate for conversions, you're desperate for this, that, and the next. We just need to get this. That will scare new starters away. It'll scare your old heads away, and it will just piss people off, and it will make you seem as if you're overworking them. Just be confident. Be confident. Don't be a dick. No boundaries. Be sensitive to boundaries, and just continue to lead that team that you've got just productively. Lead it, not desperately. Again, like, desperation is the killer for all of you guys. No matter what job you're doing, desperation kills sales, it kills your mood, it kills your team. So do not fall into the trap of ever looking desperate. If there are women watching this, I hope you guys don't mind me saying this, but I just want you guys to know that you ought to think of life as being like trying to woo a girl, trying to woo a woman. Do you think you're going to get pussy if you look desperate? No. You need to look, basically, and I think that women would agree with me. In fact, I know that women agree with me because they've told me, when they're not sober, basically, if I've been like out on a night out and I've said, look, back me up on this, girls, do you think this can be in front of my wife or not? Like, I'm obviously not fishing in a different pond or something like that. I'm a very loyal husband, but I think it's always worth getting women's opinions on this when they've had a drink, because then they're just more honest. Anyways, my point is that if you ask girls whether being chased by guys makes them attracted to them, or being swept up in a man's mission, a man's plan is attractive, it's never the first one. When you're speaking to girls on a date or something like that, guys, you really, really need to know the desperation. I hope you want this, I hope you want that. I'm going to treat you to this, I'm going to treat you to that. Spending loads of money on them does not attract. What does attract is, this is what I want for the future. These are my plans. This is what I'm doing. No, what do you think? Do you want to do that as well? No, none of that. Your plans are your plans, and they can come for the ride if they want. You're there to tell them that this ride is going to be good. If there's any women watching this, I don't think there's many, but if you disagree with that, just tell me why in the comments. But by and large, I've found that women who are honest about it are attracted to men who are basically, this is my mission, would you like to get swept up in it? Not, this is my mission, what do you think? What's your mission? I'll do that. That shows like that's a man without a plan. That's not what women are looking for. So, guys, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic year in 2026. If I don't make another video before then, and I might, but if I don't make another video before 2026, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic start to your year, and a bloody good end to this one as well. I want you all to know that my advice is always there. Buy an old shitbox car and learn how to work on it. Stack your money, but don't day trade. money's another one of those things that's just, don't be desperate, don't look at it all the time, and I don't know, is that the right thing to do? Buy it, leave it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Jesus loves you. Mary loves you. God loves you. I love you for watching this. Love yourselves. Have an absolutely fucking awesome Christmas.